John, you've coached a lot of games at many different levels. Ever been a part of anything quite like that where it seems like everything's going in and everything you're doing is right?
Not that I can remember. I know back in a long time ago, never, no, I haven't. And just glad we get out of it injury-free and get ready to play tomorrow.
Are you numb? I mean, do you know what you just saw? Does it just feel bizarre?
No, it happens. Like if you're on the other side of it, all it is a tick in the win column, and it's one tick in the loss column. So no matter what the score is, that's all it is a tick. My biggest concern is getting ready to play for tomorrow night. And I'm sure that's what Michael and his team is ready to do too. They play tomorrow night. They're just trying to get ready for their next game.
John, you certainly seem to have your legs in the first period. You seem to really be flying right out of the gate. What was the origin of that? What was the motivation for that?
Well, we had many meetings as far as how we played the last game. Bob gives us a chance. He basically wins that game for us. We just wanted to play better. We don't want to, as I've always said to you guys, it's not always about the result. It's how you play. High marks for finding a way to win that game against Dallas, but also be honest in how we played. I do think some of that had to do with the trip when you come back and play that first game. We just want to start fresh here and try to play a straight-ahead game and just play a simple game against a really good team. No matter what the score is, that's a really good team there, and sooner or later the winning streak has to end, and usually funny things happen when it does end. So we'll take the win and get ready to go play against a good St. Louis team.
How would you describe the attitude and the personality of this team right now?
I'm sorry?
How would you describe the attitude and the personality of this team right now?
Well, the attitude, I think it's a different attitude from last year. I think we have done a good job just day to day, not worrying about what's said, good or bad. It's just concentrate what we're doing in the room and what we're doing each and every day, every work day. So I think as we've played here the last 4 or 5 games, I think our games have helped our confidence. You throw out that last Dallas game, but also how we won it, that helps a little bit too, where you can find a way to win that type of game. So we're just talking about layers here, trying to get layers of confidence, and as I said this morning, feel that you can compete against every team when you face them in the National Hockey League. That's the way we want to get to. So step by step, I think we're growing as far as that mental approach, as how we feel good about ourselves.
For all the offensive stuff in this game, were you happy with how, like you want to see this team grow in a lot of areas, were you happy with how they took that 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 and just got the job done and stuck with it?
Yeah, when you score those goals, things happen prior to that, and I thought our play away from the puck was really good. It got a little crazy when the score gets into that situation, but I still thought we tried to stay with it, and that's one of the biggest improvements of our club, is not giving up odd man rushes. We've had some hiccups here and there against some teams, but one of our main focuses was not letting them transition on us tonight. They're one of the better transition teams in the league with their speed, and we just wanted to make sure they came 200 feet. And we fortunately scored a couple of goals, and we played from there.
John, I mean, you talk about stressing process over results at this point, but I take it you can't get a 10-0 result against Montreal without the process being pretty much everything you wanted it to be? Yeah,
and let's face it, things didn't go their way either. A lot of things happen in that type of game. A lot of things happen, and that's a well-coached team. That's a good hockey club. They've been riding really high. Coaches always know when it's kind of falling apart a little bit as far as things happening. Not a lot of things went right for that team. A lot of things went right for us. But I'm glad we're on this end of it. We've been on the other end of some of those games. Not so much that score, but we've been on the other end of those games. So, but we have to be really smart here and flat line. Whether it's good or bad, we just got to go about our business tomorrow against a really good St. Louis team.
John, you mentioned the transition game earlier. It felt like the team was really taking ownership of transitioning into the offensive zone versus stopping Montreal. Is that what you were hoping to see?
Yeah, yeah. I thought our transition game was really good in creating offense, where we showed quite a bit of video, did a couple of drills, focused on our gaps with our D as far as trying to control speed through the neutral zone and standing up and creating turnovers. I thought we did a really good job of that through most of the first half of the game before it got a little crazy. And that contributes to our offensive zone pressure. There's one play there where Werenski he surprises them that he's skating forward as they're coming at him and just closes the gap right there. And I forget what goal it was. It was right before we scored one of the goals. We're looking, defensemen don't always have to skate backwards. They can set their gap by skating forwards and then assuming the rush. I thought Werenski did a really good job of that, and I think everybody kind of followed through as far as gaps.
I noticed after your 9th and your 10th goal, there was no celebration on the bench. It was just go to center ice and get ready for the next face-off. Is that something you talked about after the second period?
Yeah, we've been on the other end, and we're not looking to show up any team. You need to respect your opponent, respect what they're going through at that time. Play the right way. We still got to play the right way, but let's be pros about this in a kind of a wacky situation tonight. So those are things we have to learn, because it's a league that it can be unforgiving as far as how you're treated at certain times if you don't handle yourself the right way. I thought our guys did. It started getting a little bit chippy there. I think you have to stick up for yourself. Both teams tried to do that, and both coaches, I'm sure, just wanted that game to get over, because I was thinking about St. Louis, and he's thinking about, I'm not sure who he's playing, but Philly. Yes, that's right. He was thinking about Philly in the third period. So let's get at it. Thank you.